I prefer really not to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble. And I don't want to be in big trouble.
Turn me up, kid Spiral.
Came into this game, I remember you sent me some of your music. I've listened to more of your freestyles.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say, I listen to you every week.
Of course,
when I was doing my research, I was listening to you last night. I was like, yeah, man, I buy into this. But we're gonna get into all that, right? So, but before we get into myself, I like the icebreaker. It's called What's the Gig, right? So it's called What's the Story. So it's just a little, weekly topic that we can just dive into before we get into it, yeah? So I just saw this, fucking tweet. This was last week. Now I should have done this on the last episode. But I said, I was gonna bring up something mad political. I said, no, fuck that, no one has time for that. I don't want to get into politics, but this is something that, because we're young, like I said, from the estate, yeah? And we're all in, well, not me today, but we're all in tracksuits here, right? So I seen a tweet off this Simon Tierney fella, yeah? He works for News Talk, I think it is, right? So McGregor, obviously, he's doing Ultimate Fighter in America there, right? So he gets on a private jet. He's in a fresh little Javinti track, so I don't know if you've seen it. Little cream yoke, yeah? So this fella tweets this, and I want to get your little opinion on it, on what I'm about to say, right? So he goes, the thing is, I don't understand about Conor McGregor. Priceless new tracksuit. It's the new current trend for grown men to dress like boys. Are tracksuits outside of childhood, not to be worn exclusively for exercise? These sort of clothes, English, infantilize or emasculate men, right? Now, before you get into it, yeah, I know I'm not listening to that infantilize word, but it is what it is, yeah? I'm tired, I'm having a long day. But what got me was that tracksuits emasculate men, apparently, yeah? So, and listen, look, this is if I speak, this is just my opinion. I don't want to start crying, I know, go mad, all men with podcasts, take the mics off men, all this crap that we usually hear, yeah? A man's wearing a tracksuit, yeah, and it apparently emasculates men. I'm seeing men these days, I'm sure you see it yourself on your old Instagram as well. Men are wearing dresses these days. You know what I mean? There's man them out here wearing dresses, right? And I remember having this conversation in Walk a couple of weeks ago. There's a fella, I don't know if you're into your football, but Calvert-Lewin. Like, he's into his dresses. We see Harry Styles wear. Oh, listen, nothing against that. It is what it is. I mean, it's not my cup of tea.
It's not my cup of tea either, no.
But how is a tracksuit? What's people's problems with tracksuits? Like, what's the gig with it?
I'd be buried in a tracksuit. To get me, I'd be 60 bouncing around in a fresh tracksuit. You know what I mean, man, it doesn't. No, man. No, I don't. So don't mind that fella that tweet. Like, do you know what I mean? Tracksuits for life, bro. Do you know what I mean? That's, and not even like, I'll still rock on a fresh pair of jeans and all. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But it's not for boys, man. Obviously, there's a few boys that wear the same tracksuit, say, and that might label a little fucking this, that, or the other. You know what I mean? But nah, man. So the good lad, the Vinci tracksuit, how much is that off the bat? Like, do you know what I mean?
Probably 700-800, bro, for a full tracksuit. Yeah. It's not even about the price, bro. It's like, I don't get, because even me, I'm 30 on Monday. Like, I'm on the other side. I'm nearly fucking dying. But fucking hell, yeah. No, I like me old tracksuit as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, but I think it's just a perception that it gives you, like you're a scumbag or something like that. Now I understand. He said there was something with Central C there. Well, he went to his friends.
Man, he went to the Brits in a tracksuit.
He went to the Brits in a tracksuit. No, which I think is boss.
The security tried to throw him out.
Yeah, no.
And he was like, no, that's Central C. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think that's boss. Yeah, but I think obviously for me, in my opinion, going to a wedding is a bit too far, in a sense. Or he's probably coming from somewhere. I understand, whatever. But this,
actually seen that way.
Yeah. But this perception of like wearing a tracksuit, like, it gives you a certain thing. I don't really like it, man. I think it's really like, it's discriminating in a way. Do you get me?
Yeah, 100%.
Young fellas in a tracksuit, like,
wear what you want. Sure, the lads are wearing dresses and all. Like, so what's? Are we not turning around and say, oh, look at this fella wearing a dress?
Yeah.
Looking like a girl.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Why then they're turning around saying that fully grown men are looking like kids?
Yeah, 100%. But in your opinion, see with that dress thing, right? Let's get into it. Like, obviously with respect as much as we can. Say for I have a young boy, yeah. I have a young son. Say if you have a son now, your son decides to like wear dresses. What's your thing on that?
I'd have to sit him down. I would sit him down 100%. I say, are you sure? Like, do you know what I mean? I'd say, no problem if that's how you really feel, son. I love you no matter what. But you have a long hard think about that first. I would.
See me, look.
Obviously, at the end of the day, whatever he wanted to do, I'd be happy for him. You know.
Yeah.
Once he's happy, bro. Once he's happy at the end of the day, because the way life's going, once you're happy, that's it.
Yeah, no, I think it's just generated. But for me, do you know what it is? They're really pushing it on, like I remember Lewis Hamilton. I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna kind of tread a little bit here, but I don't care. Lewis Hamilton once said to I think it was his nephew or something, was like, oh, dresses are for girls, and he was in trouble for that. But realistically, are they not though? Like,
dresses are for girls.
Like, what's wrong with him? What's wrong with him saying that? Do you know what I mean? All my life, I know to dress well for girls. I know people try. Like for me,
So would you put like it's like saying would you wear a pair of boxers or a pair of knickers? Do you get me? What are you gonna wear, the dress or the t-shirt? I'm gonna wear the t-shirt.
no, you're right though.
Do you get me?
No, you're right though. It's this gen. Listen, I'm not, and even with me, bro, I've grown, like, especially being in the industry and stuff, yeah, you're going places and all. Like, you're not going to, me personally, I wouldn't turn up to events in a tracksuit. You're going to be, if I'm going to my local, I'm going for food or whatever. No, not going to Nando's in a fucking suit, you know what I mean?
No.
Stuff like that.
Out to a pub or to a nice restaurant, pair of jeans.
Yeah.
Out for a Nando's, 100% in a tracksuit.
Yeah.
You're not going to be rocking exactly in a three-piece gown to get a bit of chicken. Like,
Yeah, do you get me? No, 100%. Nah, 100%, man. So that's why I didn't want to fucking, I just wanted to touch on it because, like I said, I seen the twin, I wrecked my head. I was like, you people need to shut up. Like I said, it's not emasculating men. You can be in your 50s, 60s, you can still rock a nice tracksuit when it's appropriate, bro. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, like I said to you earlier, bro. Yeah, let's get into it, right? So I was obviously doing a bit of, when I was doing a little bit of research on you, I thought you were from like, you know, in a city flat, but you're from like Council Estate, Monkstown, is it called?
Farm, yeah.
Monkstown Farm, bro. Yeah. So where I like to, you know, get to know my guests a little bit. I like to go to the start to meet the man that's today. Yeah. Talk to me a little bit. So have you lived there all your life? Yeah.
No.
So where were you before?
I lived in Dunleary, I did. I grew up in Dunleary. In a flat. Not their flats, but in a flat.
Yeah.
With me ma and my sister. And my dad was there for a few years. He bounced when I was about 4. I was about 5. And then I moved to the farm then when I was about, I think it was 8 or 9 I moved to the farm. But it was only to Tronstall away from the other house, like, do you know what I mean, where I was. Like, I just got a house then, obviously a council house. So that's how I've been in the farm then, yeah, since I'm 9, yeah. And yeah, it's a bit of a mad thing, but sure, look.
Yeah, talk to us. So what's it like living there? Like for me, like I when I first came to Ireland, I was in them, like I see, like a flat as well, in them apartments in town. But I moved to Tala then and bounced around Joestown, Bellegarde. Now I'm in Brookfield. Now it's a mad scene there as well.
I do walk up there sometimes.
Brookfield, yeah, you do there. Yeah, that's home there, bro. Yeah, but yeah. So what's like around there? What's the people like there and stuff?
Yeah, it's like now, like when I moved in, obviously the people who are living there they were living in the flats. The flats got knocked down. They moved into the houses. I moved from outside of the area into the area. Do you know what I mean? So the boys all sort of knew each other when I was coming in. So I used to get a bit of shit off the lads because I wasn't really from there. Like, do you know what I mean? I didn't really fit in with them, but. Now it's all good. Like, it's the boys will be fucking. You know, it's all one now. Like, do you know what I mean? But yeah, there was a few times. Remember, I was a little bastard he was. Yeah, I won't mention any his names. But
that's fine.
If he sees this, he probably know exactly who he is and what I'm on about. But there was one day I always think it was only 9 or something, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, and I wouldn't be fucking like I wouldn't have been around fighting or fucking crime or violence or anything like that. And this fella this young lad, I think he was younger than me as well, man. But he was just a fat little fuck, like, do you know what I mean? He just had it out for me for whatever reason, like, and I was like, what the fuck, man, and all. This fella used to be coming down and standing across the road in my neighbour's garden and all, do you know, like, banging a pole off the gate and all, do you know what I mean? And I'd be just like, he's out there waiting for me, like, you know what I mean, for what? And I remember I walked up to the shop one day, and I walked up the shop, came back down with a few bits or whatever, and this lad came out of a fucking garden, man, yeah, like fucking, I don't know what he was like, swinging a fucking scooter. You know, like a push scooter, bro. Yeah. Boom, clocked me in the side of the neck with the thing, and I was just like, what the fuck? Had a little brawl or whatever, scuffle. Went back down to me gaff, and then that was it. You know what I mean? And then like it was weird, bro. Do you know what I mean? But he kept trying it then, you know, for a few weeks, and then I think I ended up just giving it to him, sort of thing, and that was it. Like, do you know what I mean? So there was a few of them little things, but. People coming down, I can get into a few things here, bro. But
you said what I want to touch on before I give you a little example of my little story like that as well. You said you didn't really fit in. What do you mean by that? You didn't really fit in?
Like, the boys all knew each other, like, do you know what I mean? I was just coming in from an area where it was just me, my mum, my sister. Do you know what I mean? Like, I knew obviously a few of the lads. We went to the same primary school, so obviously the lads that were in my class. I knew them. We were mates, but there was just like when we moved into the Meadowlands, into the farm, like this, the place was on wheels, man. Like, do you know what I mean? Because there was still a few blocks of flats on the other side of my estate that were still there, and they were fucking Like they were madness. My uncles now used to live in the farm all their life, and he was saying like the lads used to like fucking rob 46A buses and all and go up and straight through the flats with them and all. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, and he was just like people be getting fucked off the top floor and all. Like it was just madness. Like I was just like, yeah. You know
Bro,
what I mean?
you see, this is what I'm saying,
diggers
right?
and all, like,
Yeah.
like, just mad stupid
Yeah,
shit. Like,
this is what I'm saying. This is what I want to get you, because them stories, right? I know a fella that from my road, you know them big trucks, them lorry trucks, the delivery trucks. Fella on my ma's road robbed one of them. Like, you know what I mean? You only get them stories from where we come from. Do you get me? There's no point getting some lad on from Bleeding, whatever. You're not gonna get these type of stories. 46A buses, that's hilarious. But obviously a team of I think it was season 3, was a lot to do with fathers, absent fathers, and obviously I don't want to really go back there, but I feel it's important, obviously, because just to know, because obviously like you're a deep rapper, so obviously you said it was only your man, and your sister, so where I can kind of go with this question without being
I'll get into it,
too
bro.
blunt,
If you want to, I've no bother. Like,
yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean? I've no
without
bother.
being like too bit mad. So where's dad?
He's dead.
Okay,
He passed.
Okay.
He was an alcoholic.
okay,
He left probably when I think I was like 5 or 6. He left, and then obviously my ma has a new partner who she's married to now, and yeah, it was just fucking. It was a sad old situation, like, to look back on, like, do you know what I mean? But like, obviously you learn from all that shit in your life and all. But yeah, he was just a nuisance for the drink, bro. You know, like, he was just full of empty promises, this, that, and the other every week, fucking going through courts, this, that. Yeah, same as anyone going through the shit, like, you know what I mean? It's yeah, it was fucking bit of a cunt, but sure, like I said, you just learn. Like, he died. They only died. His anniversary's coming up. He's only 3 years dead. But like that, and saying that, I wouldn't have seen him for years, and over the years of me not seeing him, I built up all this anger towards him. And then there'd be times where I'd say, because I know where he lives and all, Joe, I know the family house and all, and there's been times when I went down to the house and I've stopped outside the door and turned around, like, do you know what I mean? Because I went down on a mad one, thinking I was someone or something and trying to make a point, and I just said, you know what, fuck this. Turned around, one or two little altercations with him over the years, but then it was weird, bro, when he died, actually, yeah, because I was out me back, and I was fucking doing whatever, came inside, I was on my laptop then, I was sitting there, and he popped into my head, he did, yeah, and like, he'd never popped into my head, bro. It was weird, like, I was sitting there doing music on my laptop, sitting on my kitchen table, and he popped into my head, and I'm sitting there, and I'm just like, why is he popping into my head here now, like, do you know what I mean? Whatever, went about me night, went to bed then, got up the next morning. It was a Friday night. Remember, it was a Saturday morning then, and I was actually out the back painting the fucking fence up on my wall around the shed. My ma came out to me, and her face was white as a ghost, and she was like, "Can you come inside and all?" And I was like, "What's wrong with you? Like, do you know what I mean? What's up?" She's like, "Oh, can you just come inside and all?" And then I walked inside, and so I have my little sister. We had the same dad, and then I have another little brother and sister there. Obviously, my ma's husband's now, like, do you know what I mean? And came in, I seen my sister there. And she was just standing there like, what's going on? Like, and she was like, I need to tell you something. And I just says, I know what you're going to say. And she was like, what are you on about? I said, say it. And she was like, what? I said, say it. I says, I know what you're going to say. And she goes, your father died this morning, or died last night. I says, yeah. I says, I know. I says, he came into me. I had the goosebumps and all that saying this. I says, he came into me head last night. And it turned out, right, I do believe there's a higher power and all that, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? I do, like, and I believe in God and all that, like, and I'd say me prayers and all that shit, but no, not like that. Not shy, but you get me, like,
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like, do you get me? Like, I believe, I have my beliefs and all, like, and it turned out when I was at the funeral, obviously seeing a lot of family members that I hadn't seen for years, and I was chatting to one of them. I was with my uncle, which would have been his brother, who was in the house the night he died. And he said to me, he was like, it was last night. He was like, I went down and I seen him, and he said he had a pain in his chest or a pain in his stomach or something. And he says, would I ring an ambulance for you? He says, no. He says, I'll be grand. And then he just didn't wake up. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just thinking, I was just like, that is fucking, do you know what I mean? Out of any night from the pop into my head, I wouldn't have thought about him in years, bro. Do you know what I mean? So that sort of just gave me the chills then, do you know what I mean? Because I called it and I knew myself, like, do you know what I mean? It was like I just knew.
I was going to ask you, when you said your dad passed, yeah, what kind of impact did that play on you? There's a reason why I'm asking. I'll get into that in a second. But my second part question was, you said he was an alcoholic, yeah? So what role now, knowing what your father was with alcohol, what's your relationship with alcohol then? What are you like with it, knowing that like what it can, you know yourself alcohol,
Yeah,
what it
yeah.
can do. What's your relationship
I'd
like
never. I obviously I go out and have a few drinks with the boys or whatever. Like, do you know what I mean? But no, I would never. If I thought for 1 second that the drink was gonna take over me, I'd get rid of it straight away. Do you know what I mean? My little sister's like that as well. My little sister hasn't had one drink in her life. I mean, she's 22 now. I'd say she's had one drink in her life. She's not into it whatsoever because of that. Do you know what I mean? She thinks to be hereditary and all. Like I says, I've had a few drinks. So I do have an addictive personality as well, though. Do you know what I mean? I think everybody does, really. But yeah, I know. I'd never let it. So I know what not to do. Do you get me? I'm seeing everything that I've seen. I know what not to do.
And the reason why I asked you my first question is because I co-parent right now, and you know this is where like where I kind of open up and I'm saying there's people in my situation now, and even me I can say this with chest that I haven't really dealt with this situation the best way. People that know me, David even has seen my personality recently, as in like I'm fiery. I wear my heart on my chest. You get me? And even like I'm very stubborn. I think I can do everything. I can figure out everything. But with chest, I can say this situation I don't know how to handle it in a sense where my daughter's doing what you were doing, where it's acting out. You get me? Where it's kind of like affecting home, and it's affecting even. I found out this week her mother's home, which is just like right now I have to realize like you know there's certain ways I've acted on it. Like I'm taking a different approach. You get me? So when you just for advice, because you've been through, and obviously, what's your like 2-part question again? What's your relationship like with your mother's partner right now? And when you were going through that, what did you feel like you needed to kind of like calm you down, or was there calming you down?
That was see like I said. Obviously, over the few years that I hadn't seen him, we built up the anger.
Yeah.
Obviously, when my ma said that to me, I think when she said that to me, I was like, I know, and I turned around and I just went back out the back garden and I slammed the door. Do you know what I mean? And I just went back painting, and I didn't grieve really. Do you know what I mean? I think my girlfriend came over to me then, and she just jumped on me and gave me a hug, and I was still holding it together. And I think that's just I sort of broke down just because she showed me that bit of affection. Do you know what I mean? But there's still to this day, bro. Like there's like I don't think I have grieved properly for it. Do you know what I mean? I don't think I really have, like, you know, because there is sometimes when even like watching things and all on the telly and all, you know, just stupid things, and you see like the kid with their dad, like, and they're out doing something, like, you're just thinking that it's fucking stupid shit, man. But like it's something that crossed my mind, is just like, Jesus, I never had that like that, you know, or I would have loved to do something like that, or fucking went to the match, or fucking, you know, went for bowling, or fucking, it was just always drama, like, do you know what I mean? So, but when he did die though, that's, my heart was broken, bro. Do you know, all that anger was just gone, and I was just like,
Is that regret? They wish like things had worked out better.
yeah, maybe so. Do you know, because I was actually my girlfriend's dad, because he would have heard me going on about him, like, do you know what I mean? Like, and he'd be saying, that's the first thing he said to me. He shook my hand, he said, I'm sorry, he says, I bet you don't feel all that hate anymore. And I actually broke down in front of him, and I was just like, what the fuck, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I was just like, this is mad. But yeah, the relationship I have with me ma's fella is it's a bit kept to a minimum, I'd say. Yeah, I do my own thing, he does his own thing. But it's just, I've done shit growing up, and he's done shit growing up, and it sort of just led to just doing our own thing. Do you know what I mean? Obviously we're in the same house and all, but I'm there for me ma and my little brothers and sisters. He's there for me ma and the kids. So
Yeah, you don't need to expand. You don't need to expand on that. I can hear already. Yeah. That's not the answer I wanted, because obviously, look, no, because like I said, it's kind of that's right now, because obviously my daughter's young. That's the type of situation that is right now. But for me, I'm just holding on faith that it improves, that she's a kid. Do you get me? Because like I said, like right now, like you have me on Instagram, but I haven't really been posting like that because I don't. One of the things with me, why I always tell people why like I do so well in this game is because I'm very authentic and real. Do you get me? But what I'm not gonna do, I'm not gonna cheat people that support me in the sense of I'm acting all happy, dancing, running. No way I run amok on Instagram. But then I'm broken when the camera's going. I'm not gonna be fake. You get me? But one thing I will do though, I'll never show away from my problems. You get me? I'll never. And I think that you're similar as well. Like you just, like you said, you just deal with it. You handle it. You know what I mean? Like no, but I really, I honestly appreciate you being on. Like I said, this is why my podcast. If I speak when you come on and you just, you know, because like I said, someone's probably going through what you've been through, you know what I mean? And someone like you're doing your music thing, blah, blah, but behind you, there is a lot of suffering, but you're able to rise up, do you get me? Because these days, I feel like You get told, oh, depressed, but you don't get told you can get out of it, you get me?
Yeah.
And when men like me say stuff like that, it's like, oh, you don't care what people feel. No, you can have that depression, but there needs a moment where you're going to need to get the fuck out of it, snap out of it. Life goes on. No one's going to be waiting for you. Do you know what I mean? Life's going to keep going on. Bills have to be paid. You know what I mean?
Show must go on.
Show must go on. If you're crying, when your electricity's doing wee, that's not going to, you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, but to start off with getting into music, bro, yeah? There's a quote that you said, and I was even thinking it as well in my head when I was listening to your rap and stuff like that, but before I get into that, talk to me about your introduction into rap music. What kind of like got you into doing rapping? Like, I was reading somewhere you started at 12, started writing.
I started writing at when I was about 12, but I grew up listening to the likes of, I say this anytime anyone asks me in an interview or a podcast or whatever, saying what got you into the music, it's always the same story for me.
Yeah.
It's I was just basically, I grew up, I was listening to the first bit of rap I heard was Eminem, it was the Marshall Mathers LP, or else it was Encore or something like that. It was one of them, and then as soon as I heard that it was the only music I listened to. For years, it was 50 Cent, Snoop Dogg, Dre, NWA, The Game, Eminem, and that was it. Do you know what I mean? And then I started coming across, like, well, I'd say when I got into, what would have been 6th class, first year maybe, so I'd say maybe 12, 13, I started seeing a few Irish rappers, and I was like, wow, what the fuck? There's boys doing this and all, like, do you know what I mean? And I said, oh, I'm going to jump on this. Because it was all I knew, like, musically wise. I was just like, if anyone put a song on, yeah, just stick on a bit of rap. Do you know, it was just my little vibe. So, yeah, I just started writing, bro, and yeah, sure, here I am now, like, you know what I mean?
Before I get into what I want to say, but see, we're listening to music though, because obviously growing up, my community anyways, like that uns music, you were never into that.
No,
all that fucking.
I was listening to the old school Eminem, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. Where he was wired, where he was tapped, like, do you know what I mean? Where he was doing mad shit, like, and all, and it was his fucking ma fighting with his dad, and fucking people getting slapped and fucking shit. That, like, do you know what I mean? I was listening to that. I was just like sitting there in a little world of my own, like, do you know what I mean? I was like, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think not that I related to all his mad shit, like, because my life wasn't half as mad as what he'd just be saying, like, but there was some little things, you know what I mean? I was just like, yeah, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I have a few tunes there that are fucking mad, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't put them out, like, do you know what I mean? People be like, this lad's not well, like, do you know what I mean? Like, just weird,
yeah.
just weird, tapped fucking mad shit, like, you know, like old school Eminem, like, and I don't know, like, I don't think I could ever put it out, bro, because people would just be like, you want to get someone down to his door there, like, see what's going on with him.
I read this quote, right, and I kind of felt for you in a way, because when you're trying to, and even sometimes even us as a community of black people will do that, like a white rapper coming in, and we're like, oh, what are you trying to be? And I can relate to you because I used to get it from my own community too, yeah? So I was going to read this out to you and see if this shakes your memory a little bit, right? So it says, people laughing at me saying I'm Irish, I'm not black, I think I'm Eminem, etc. That just pushed me to go harder. Now, what was that? Because I know sometimes, I spoke to Kiefer about this on the podcast, sometimes when you're trying to be a little bit different, I feel like Ireland, it's a kind of sometimes has a crabs in a bucket mentality where, when someone's trying to stand out, they won't support it, you get me? Until
he's gone.
Until you're gone. It's like, oh yeah, we know. You know what I mean? Yeah,
that's Ireland like that. In a nutshell, bro.
Do you get me? So what was that like for you when people are trying to say to you, oh, you think you're black and this? So what was that like for you, bro?
Obviously, like, at the start, I was only coming into my teens, bro, do you know what I mean? I was obviously everything, you know how it is, like, you don't give a bollocks, you're fucking, yeah, whatever, this, that, and the other, like, do you know what I mean? I got abuse, man. Like, I got dogs abuse, like, off fucking hundreds of people, man, like, do you know what I mean? There was a time, it was one of the first times, I wasn't proper rapping, like, do you know what I mean? I was just trying to do little freestyles, but this was bad, man, like, you know, like, cringy shit, like, I remember I was down in, I think I was in Dalkey or something, and we were down at the fucking Bullock Harbour, and it was sunny day, like, you know, like, everyone, I just hung around with people in my school or whatever, but say there was about, like, fucking, there was easily about 60 or 70 people down at this harbour. It's now sunny day, like, out on the fucking summer holidays or whatever, and there was two lads there. It was Manus, and I can't remember who the other lad was, but I could have actually been Murray, fucking shout Murray C, and anyway, but them two boys were rapping, right, and everyone sort of just came around the harbour and were like, yeah, what's this and all, you know, like, listen, everything went quiet and all, and one of the boys finished and they'd fucking be clapping all, like, and all, And me, fucking Jerry Big Bollocks, so he said, yeah, let me. And, oh, mate, bad. Everyone just went quiet. I was just like, you'd hear a tumbleweed blow, bro, you know what I mean? I was just like, oh, shit. I was like, maybe not, maybe this isn't for me, like, do you know what I mean? I was just like, oh, this is embarrassing, man, do you know what I mean? So I actually think I left and all, man, do you know what I mean? I was like, yeah, I'll be back in a minute, see you after. And then there was a time, which I probably, it could have easily been like a year or so after it, that I was in school then, and we were on a lunch, and I was up, we were out, everyone used to go up to the basketball courts, and used to get up there early before any of the teachers got out. People who going up, you get up and they fucking have a smoke or something before the teachers get out or whatever, but there was stand there, and there was two, I would say I was in second year maybe, and there was a few lads in like 5th and 6th year and all, you know, like that, they'd be going, oh, gives a rap and all, but they'd be ripping it down me a bit, like, do you know what I mean? So
you had a kid in school like that.
Yeah.
Shout out, like, I'm not slagging you, Shane Kiernan. The man them that who watch me who were in school, we remember him. He used to rap and all and blah blah. And you're like, gives a rap.
Yeah.
We're mocking him. Do you get me?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
but that's what it was, and I did then. I stood there and I gave them a rap, yeah. And next thing I know, I started formulating a few heads around me. And I remember my principal at the time, Mr. Lowry, I think Mr. Lowry it was, and he walked past, and he obviously thought there must have been a fight or something going on, you know, because everyone was
the crowd,
just huddled up. And he walked past and he just popped his head in, and I can't remember what I said, but I flipped his name into the freestyle, and everyone was just like, "Whoa!" Do you know what I mean? And I thought I was going to shoot up into the sky, like, do you know what I mean? I was just like, yeah, love it, do you know what I mean? So after that, then I was just like, yeah, fuck what everyone else thinks, you know what I mean? You're going to get that. That's when I sort of learned then. I was just like, you can't, you know what I mean? Like, there's always someone going to try to pull you down, no matter what. So.
Yeah, that's spot on, bro. Even me, like I said, this fell into my lap. But what I was doing during COVID, and I've said this many times on many podcasts, I started off doing Instagram lives. Yeah. You know what I mean? So when you do the lives, you're doing, like, you know, I did a talent show, so I didn't really get many rappers. I think right now, if I was to do a talent show, I want to bring them back. Yeah. I could get a lot, because I know a lot of rappers now. We can get people spitting against each other and stuff like that. But there was a lot of people singing and stuff, you know. But in the background, there was people, you know, talking shit. Oh, who do you think he is? Simon Kettle, all this type of stuff, you know. And you learn.
Jealous, bro. It's them people that are sitting down and fucking scratching, man. You know what I mean?
100%, bro. So like you said there, you have to especially in rap, bro. You have to.
Just don't read the comments, bro. You know what I mean? Don't read the comments.
Yeah. No, but it's even that, yeah. And I'll talk to you about that, because I think TikTok is where the bars is on that there. I do see people. I do see people saying, yeah, this song will be good on mute and all. I do see a lot of rappers getting that, yeah. But look, it is what people can have their opinions, but you have to be able to really block out the noise, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like 100%.
It's just clout, bro. It's just people looking for clout, man. It's just people looking for likes and fucking. Yeah, more time you click on them pages and it's like fucking 1 follower, following 3, 0 posts. Like, you know, they're just little cunts are sitting there just ripping out every single post that they see. Like, well, no matter what, just trying to get. That's the way I see it anyway. Like, I don't take it personally. Like, I just say, yeah, whatever.
I had this idea of obviously getting you on the pod a while ago, right? Because obviously I was planning season 4. This was around December when I stopped. So obviously I took January off, but I knew I wanted you on, right? So I said, because I know you're from freestyle. I think your freestyles are sick, and I don't mean this in any disrespect. When I tried to listen to your body of work, I'm just like, I think he's a more better freestyler. One of the freestyles that I loved that you're doing was the guy with the guitar. And you're sitting in the room. I think that is fucking sick, yeah.
Shout out the art.
Yeah, that one was sick. But then obviously, like I said, I was listening last night to get a vibe, and I was like, no man, I like your flow, I like your presence, and I like how aggressive you are. But then there was one song I was like, yes, where it was Jazzy Bell 2, bro. That one there, that's what I like, bro. Storytelling, you're painting pictures. I'm listening to you. I'm getting a feel of who you are, and I'm relating to you as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, so, what if because people obviously there's a lot of demographics that won't know you. What type of rapper are you? Like,
yeah, I would.
Because even with that, sorry, just to go back as well, the Eminem thing. I was thinking that as well before I read the article. I was thinking, you know, usually when a white person's rapping, we always just compare it to Eminem. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Unfortunately, do you know what I mean? Because he was the one that kind of went to the level where he's on the same level as the boys. Do you know what I mean? Like, as the lads. You get me? So, what's your style, bro? If you want to break it down, who you are as a rapper.
As a rapper, bro, yeah, I like telling the stories. Like, obviously, like you were saying and all, jumping on the drill and all this, that, and the other. Like, I've never rapped drill on a drill beat, if you get me. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I love, like, my strongest would be storytelling, because I have the stories to tell.
I even love that one with Jordan McCann, bro. Was that off the top?
Bits.
Bits, yeah.
I was playing.
I seen that. I seen on your Instagram. I seen that.
Bits
You looked in. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. You looked. Look, you had about 30 cans of bleeding druids, bro.
Bro, we were drinking. It was just Cali and AU vodka all day, bro.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? So, like, so I was 3 o'clock in the morning. That was.
I look like
do
it,
you know what I mean?
No, go back in the video. Look at it.
So, bleeding. Stop. It was a good night, though. Yeah, it was good. What was I saying there, bro? Actually, what was the story? Yeah. Obviously, jumping on I like to say, if I like the sound of a beat, I rap over it. Do you know what I mean? Like obviously, I'll do a bit of I like to do a bit of everything, but of course, me strongest would be the storytelling because I have the stories there and I can get deep with it. Like, do you know what I mean? But for the likes of jumping on the drill, the trap, the little R&Bs, the ones for the mods, the house tunes and all, it's just to try and make my audience that bit bigger. Like, do you know what I mean? And once I have my comfortable foundation of an audience, that's when I'm gonna start hitting them with what I want to hit them. Do you know what I mean? Because man, most of people just want to hear all that fucking robbing and chefing and bando and bullshit. Like, do you know what I mean? Everyone sounds the same. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'll spit about shit that I've went through and that people in Ireland go through, people in England go through, people in Europe go through. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, real life shit. Like, not fucking faking it to make it. Like, do you know what I mean? So.
That's spot on, especially with the audience stuff that you said. Even me, people love controversy, bro. Do you get me? People love controversy. Yeah. When I came up here season 1, I don't know if you've watched your boys. Had Fabio up here, I'm asking for a knock and I'm screaming and shouting. Had Congo boy up here, having a knock off him as well. You're getting people in, do you get me? Yeah. But then when you kind of sit back, because me, I set myself I like people looking at me a certain way because I have certain standards of life. You're sitting back, you're like, who's this fucking tick? You're on camera, you have a platform. You came into this to inspire people, do you know what I mean? So you dumb it down a little bit. But I get it though, because I drew in that crowd from being crazy, do you get me? But then like, you showed them like your kind of real self where you're like having these type of conversations that are motivating and inspiring. Do you get me? So I like that, bro. So see, what I want to ask you as well, right? Because another thing that I want to see, I'm seeing it in our game, the podcast game, where everyone's collabing and stuff like that. Yeah, I want to see more collaborations, bro. Do you know what I mean? In Ireland. So I did see you on that one tune on GRM where all your smiles on it. Yeah, sick, bro. Yeah. Who like who you look at? I want to ask you about your top 5 in a minute, but who like would you ideally want to like kind of you think you'd have the best chemistry with to do like a joint album or even a feature or do you think even sometimes when you hear about Ireland rappers, especially I hear some even podcasters say or some people content people saying it, people are a bit too stushed to kind of text and say, "Can you want to walk?" Do you feel like that as well?
Yeah, man, it's fucking.
Have you messaged without giving names? Cause
I've messaged people. Like, yeah, of course I've messaged people. Like, obviously, but in the last year or two, I haven't messaged people. Do you know what I mean? Like when I was like, I've sort of found me feet now, like where I want to be, where I want to go, what I want to do, like, and it doesn't involve anyone else. Do you know that sort of way? So if people want to link up and they're making good music, and I like the music, I'll jump in on it. Like, do you know what I mean? But I've no intentions to reach out to anyone or ask to link with anyone or anything. Like, do you know what I mean? Because it's just messy, man. I've done it over the years. I've worked with people, and it's just people snaking you and people fucking, just not being 100% with you and all over things and all, and then you start to see other sides of people, and you're falling out with people, and no, it's not. I've done it all, mate. You know what I mean? So I'm just Jah1.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's, and obviously, yeah, people like. I think people have to be. Like I think some people think that for them to do a song with someone, they have to be on their level. Where is the levels? If you get me, like, do you know what I mean? Like if someone is saying turn around and like say I can't even say any names because I don't even know. I'm not pointing the finger at anyone here, but like you could turn around to someone. Say if someone wanted to do a song with me, and I looked at them, and I looked at the page, and I looked at a few other stuff, and I was just like, no. But the song they sent me was banging. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna go off the now. Like, and that's what everyone does. I don't like they do. Like people are gonna look at that and they're gonna look at the handful of no's to the one yes, and they're just gonna go, no, fuck that. So that happened to me. Dirty Harry. Not saying he's bad or nothing like that. But he texted me.
Before you go, Dirty Harry sounds like he should be in jail. But go on, go ahead. Sorry.
Dirty Harry. He texted me, right. This is actually a prime example. He texted me, and I didn't know who he was. I think he had like fucking 190 followers. And he sent me a SoundCloud link, and he was like, "What's up, bro? I'd love to work with you. Fucking here's a little something. If you wanna jump on it and all." And I was just like, I don't think I even opened the message for a few days, like, do you know what I mean? And I went on then and I looked at it, and at the tunes on my Spotify, man, it's a belter. Do you know what I mean? It's a like, it's one of my favourite songs that I've ever made, like, and it's the two of us that are on it, like, do you know what I mean?
What song is that?
Man Right Now.
Man Right Now. I'll
He sings the hook, yeah.
I'll check that when I go home.
And does a little verse on it, bro. But he is sick, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, whereas people that just look at that little request, 100 followers or something, get away. That's that, and I'm not like that now. If anyone texts me, I'll say, well, I'll take the time. I'll say, yeah, give us a look. Let's see. If it doesn't work out, I still had to look for you, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'll give them the time because I didn't get the time. And then, obviously, other people aren't getting the time still. So
I like that point because even me, like, his manager, the guy that manages me is his brother. And I'm constantly having knocks off him because I like to see myself not being a dickhead, pat myself in the back, but I like to see myself as a man for the people. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So, like, sometimes he looks at it in a sense of, like, does this person add value to you? Because at the end of the day, Zeno said it to me here before. I think it was before we came in, but it's like I was kind of giving it what you were saying, where, like, oh, because I went viral, all of a sudden YouTubers that were doing YouTube before, like, wanted to everyone. Fucking every Tom, Dick, and Harry wanted to collab. Do you get me? But when I was doing my thing, no one was. So when they see the numbers and you're hot at the minute, they want to work with you. Do you get me? But where I see, like, the podcast I'm going on tomorrow. Like, it's a girl. She's not one of the big podcasts in Ireland, but I'm just like, nah. Like, for instance, like, I had Kiefer. Kiefer has more followers than me. He's more renowned than me. Blah. He came on my thing. Do you get me?
Yeah.
I have possibly Keane coming on. My dream is to have John Kavanagh come on. Yeah. So, like, I don't want to be that person where they're asking me for my time and be a dickhead and be like, oh no, because we don't know who you are. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So that's a good, and that's another thing where I say, bro, I always say this, when you're a man for the people, bro, you'll always go far, bro. Do you get me?
Yeah.
When you really are a man for the people, and obviously, at the same time though, it has to be worth your will as well. Do you get me? Like, cause what value are you bringing to them? What value are they bringing to you? Do you get me? So no, I rate that. I respect that from you, bro, 100%. Yeah. So I asked you a question earlier. So in Ireland, bro, yeah, if you have top 3 or top 5, who do you look at and you're like, yeah, you don't have to be in order. Who you listening to and saying, you're the guy. And I want to ask you as well, what rapper, I think I asked you in the last pod with the lads, do you think is going to kind of take Ireland to that level where it's like we're getting really recognised and looked at?
I think, I don't really have favourites, bro, to be honest with you. Like, I like the A92 lads. I like their shit. Yeah, man, K-Sav. I like Cello. I think Salah's deadly, man. Like, I think he's very, very good. Like, do you know what I mean? And I think he deserves to be where he's at because I think he's lit, man. You know what I mean? I think he's sick.
Good guy as well.
Yeah, I actually only met him. I only met him there fucking 2 months 2 months ago for the first time. Like,
do you know what it is with him? Just on him, bro. I was at so he was doing a show in Academy, and I wanted to go just before the show because I like going to certain things just to see how people prepare. I love preparation, bro. How are you mentally before you're doing your show? I like to see that. I like taking things off people, you know. Yeah. He's just a big kid, bro. He's just running around, laughing, joking. He's not like, you know, where he's been put on this pedestal. He's doing RT. He's just a big kid, bro, and he's enjoying the moment.
Yeah, that's it, bro. That's it. Just enjoy it, innit?
Top guy, yeah. But anyone else?
Jeez, I'm going blank here, man. Do you know what I mean?
Welcome to some talent here, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, obviously the boys, like, fucking...
Who in the... No, not in a disrespectful way. Who in the white scene are you like? Because I know you named some of them. I know you named some of the boys. I want to know some white rappers. You know what I mean? Because the question I want to ask you as well after
Scripted was on Crease.
Oh, the lad from Wexford.
Wexford, yeah.
Yeah, I like this vibe.
Macca Rhymes.
Macca,
yeah.
Don't know.
Macca's from the flats in town in Cork Street there. Macca's sick. There's a young fella actually from Clondalkin as well. Ellis. Okay. He's original. He is. He be one to look out for soon. He hasn't dropped that much, but he's gonna be hot, bro. Trust me, like, he is gonna be hot. He's real Dublin gritty, like, do you know what I mean? Real life shit. Like, he'd be good. Like, I'm actually going blank, man. I'm trying to just think who the fuck I've been waiting on. See, I just fucking do me, bro. You know what I mean?
You're not focusing on that.
I'm not focused on that. It's all inspiration that you don't need, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Look, because even with me, even when I was playing ball, bro, and even if I was to play ball now, I would be looking at other people. Do you get me? Just to, like I said, I take bits off people.
Yeah,
in podcast game, I look at my peers, and even today, I watched one already. I'm gonna watch 2 more tonight, And it's just to get a feel of like, okay, you're doing this. What can I take off you and add to what I already have? Do you not sometimes look at that? No, or you're just strictly just it's just Jah1. Because
So obviously sometimes you do. Like obviously
that'd be Floyd, because Floyd's one of my kind of people I look at as well. He's like you kind of thing. Just me. I don't give a rat's what anyone else is doing.
Yeah.
But then you get like a LeBron or whatever, where he's looking at you, or not Kobe. He's looking at you. He's looking at you, and he's taking everything from everyone, and he's adding it to himself. Do you get me? Yeah. So there's both ways you can look at it. You know
it works
what I mean?
exactly. It does. It works both ways. It does. Yeah.
Let me ask you this, bro, because this is a topic in my house. It's a topic I've had with people so much. As an Irish lad growing up here in Ireland, yeah, and obviously from the Estates and stuff, like, what's your kind of opinion on knowing they talk about accents in rap? Does that something that bother you, or you're like, you kind of understand it? Because sometimes, even with me, before I let you come in, yeah, at first, before I came into this game, yeah, I used to be, one of them that was like, what is all this accent and all, blah, blah. But then, to a degree, I understand it. But then sometimes I don't. Do you get me? What's your kind of opinion on it?
For if you're Irish, right? This used to drive me mad, bro. I don't give a rat's anymore, though. Like, do you know what I mean? But there was loads of lads that were coming out and rapping in an English accent, saying they're Irish rappers, and they're fucking not even using one bit of Irish slang, and it's all fucking trap bando, this fucking waps, and do you know what I mean? You're just like, how can you turn around and say that you're from this place when you're fucking coming across like you're from fucking Croydon or something, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it gives it, and like, I've seen so many videos of these lads on English pages, on GRM Daily, Link Up TV, Press Play and all, and they're saying, why are they using the English accent? Like, English people saying that on their own English channel about Irish artists, why are they trying to sound English? Do you know what I mean? So look at the likes of Ink. Remember Ink blew up? Ink was a big fucking Dublin fucking, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Do you know what I mean? Boom, shot up straight away. Even people, he got stick, he got fucking praise, but like, he was just him. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. He was just embracing his own accent, his own voice, and people were like, look at this mad cunt. Like, do you know what I mean? So you just use your accent and fucking. There's too many.
Not how you talk, how you say, but do you know what? To my kind of just playing devil's advocate and a rebuttal to what you said, right? Sometimes you can take inspiration from other places, because remember UK, like, I'm not like where I have conversations. They had an American kind of style before they kind of went into their own kind of thing.
And it is domino effect. It is here.
No disrespect. I've said this before, and I no disrespect to this guy, because he probably watched because you're on. Yeah, I remember, like, someone told me, like, I put up on my Instagram one time, like, who raps in Irish, like, their own accents. You get me? And I remember listening to Ink, and I remember listening, yeah, and I'm not being disrespectful. I say this with respect, yeah. I remember saying, do you know what? I hear why the boys would rap with Dublin, with drill, like, Dublin accent really.
But it's only because no one's heard it, bro. What? No one's heard it. He was the first one to do it.
Yeah, no, I know. But I was like, I get. Do you get me? Yeah. But then obviously you see Cello, then he has that perfect blend of. Yeah. He does both, and do you know what I mean? He can incorporate. Do you get me? And even with you, and like I said, I'm not just saying if I didn't think you were good, you were talented, you wouldn't be sitting up here. Do you get me? I kind of like your vibe as well, where you're giving me where you're from. Do you get me? And I'm listening. Do you get me? Like, so no, it's. I'm not all the way. Like, don't do it. I'm not all the way do it. Do you know what I mean?
Obviously,
but
like,
I do understand people being frustrated.
Take your little bits, your little pointers, and your little thing. But don't try flip it to make the Irish sound English. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Obviously, take your little bits, use your little fucking this, that, or the others and all. But still do a bit of Irish. Like, do you know what I mean? Still do fucking a bit of where you're actually from, what goes on. Like, instead of just fucking. I think just most of them just try to sound the same, bro. Yeah. To the English lads, like, do you know what I mean? You go on the Rap UK and the Spotify playlist, or here now we be, like, do you know what I mean? I fucking know loads of people, man, that just sound like the songs that are on their playlists.
No, I hear you, bro, and I appreciate it, because obviously, like I said, with these days, when you give an opinion, bro, too many people to be crying and all that. So then it's just opinions. We're just having a conversation, and we're vibing. So I want to ask you, bro, yeah, just a couple of more questions and I'll wrap up. And again, I thank you for your time, bro. Yeah, no, of course. Spoke brilliantly, bro. So 2023, I actually early off camp. So what's the plans for you, bro? Are we looking at, music wise? What's our plans for the future? Shows? What's going on with you for 2023?
My main goal now is I'm stacking the tunes, bro. I've a good few tunes there, but I want a lot more, and I'm gonna just go through the process then of just picking the best ones and then make a plan, make a release, and just get all my videos done and just have all my work done. Like I'm gonna work for months, and then sit back, release, and I'm going away next year. I'm going over to Asia for 3 or 4 months, so I need to have. I'm going to be more than ready for when I'm over there. I'm going to chill out over there. You know what I mean? I'm going to go traveling, but I'm still going to have. I'll be dropping songs, boom, 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 boom. But I'd say the first release from Jah will be just before the summer. I'd say, because I have about 5 or 6 tunes there that I could drop for the summer that fuck shit up, like, do you know what I mean, for me. So I'm in no rush, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like I was always the type where I'd go to the studio, I'd put something down. I'd be listening to it on the speaker, and I wouldn't even be mixing. I'd be taking a little video and all, you know, putting it up and all. Just look at this, listen to this and all. Do you know what I mean? So now it's it's none of that shit. Like, do you know what I mean? Now it's private. Do you know what I mean? And no one's knowing nothing. No one's hearing nothing until it's in your face, and that's it.
Brilliant, bro. Let me ask you just before I go to my next question. Asia, why Asia? Why 3-4 months? What's going on there? What's happening there? Just traveling?
Hey, just traveling, bro. Yeah. 27, I am. Yeah.
Fuck it.
Just going. She just wants to go. He says, "Yeah, come on, let's go."
Yeah. I love it, bro. Appreciate it, bro. So yeah, just last question on you, and then we'll have a little we'll have a bit of fun. I have a little meme section I want to ask you about, and then I'll get you to ask a question from me. Just a little bit of advice to anyone that wants to start rapping. You know, there's probably lads from our area that are probably shy and wanna, like, you know, do rap. So what advice do you have for them?
Just be yourself. Don't listen to the critics, and never stop. Just fucking keep practicing, practice. Because practice does make perfect. Do you know what I mean? It does. Just that's it. Just don't listen to anyone else. If you really want to do it, just write. Keep your head down. Learn your shit, and go for it.
Appreciate that, bro. Right, so we get to the fun part, bro, yeah? So it's a little Dongo Reacts, this is called. So I get a meme and we react to it, right? Have a little conversation there. Now, I don't know if you've seen this. I threw this up the other day on my Instagram, and I got some funny reactions. I want to just have a little bit of conversation with you around this. Obviously, I know you have your boys here, right? So I want the truth. I mean, what the truth, bro, yeah? I want the truth, right? So I threw this. I don't know if you see. You probably missed it, yeah? So it goes, you're facing 20 years in prison, yeah, for a crime your friend did, right? You seen it, yeah? You seen this. I want your honest opinion. Because me, I'm going to be honest, yeah? For a crime your friend did, you are 100% innocent.
Innocent, yeah.
And are you snitching or are you holding it down? Imagine now.
It depends who your friend is, bro.
No, I think, did you respond?
I probably did, actually. I probably did.
Wait, so listen to this, right? You're only over 20 years. You are 100% innocent.
But it depends who it is, bro. If it was Conor,
Your best mate, yeah.
I'd take the rap.
You're taking the rap?
I'd take the rap.
Why?
He's my brother. Because he'd probably do it for me.
Do you know? No, you can join in, boys. Yeah, you can join in production. You can join in as well if you want, yeah. I hear the snitching thing, you know. I hear why? Look, no, because obviously Gunner, yeah. Gunner got obviously he kind of you know with the whole what's going on with YSL and all, yeah. And I don't know if he snitched, but he said something that kind of got him out. Kind of got Young Thug in trouble, yeah. Brother,
you're just planting on someone else altogether.
Why are you doing 20 years for him?
He do 20 years for me.
So this is why you're doing 20 years just because he do it for me.
But if it came down to it and it was a serious enough thing, you know what I mean? And if I knew that he wouldn't fucking cope or something would happen to him, you know what I mean?
Does it change if you have kids?
I've had kids, good luck.
You're snitching.
Yeah, good luck.
That's what I'm saying. So you would snitch.
Can't leave the kids.
You would snitch.
I'd say it wasn't him, but I'd say it was someone else.
What are you doing, my bro? Are you snitching? What if you had kids? What if you had kids?
I don't know. I've never had kids.
No, but what if you did? What?
If you had kids, like, you wouldn't. You don't leave the kids, bro. That's for me. You know yourself, bro. I'm not leaving the kids.
See, for me, right, where I'm not 20, bro, we have to deep it. 20 years in prison, bro. You got 1 hour out. Think about it. No more gal, yeah? No more shit.
Yeah, do you know what, bro? To be honest with you, I probably right. Fuck that, man. You know what I mean?
Bro,
Yeah.
deep the question.
Fuck that.
Deep the question, right?
What age are you going in?
What age are you now?
Should be touching 50.
No, for me, this where see what the snitching thing, right? If we're both involved, right? We're both involved. We're doing whatever we're doing.
We'll do 10 each, right?
No, not even that. Not even that, right? If we're both involved, right? And we're doing what we're doing, and I got caught. I'm not now because we're on the street. We know what the street life is like, yeah. Yeah, that's fair enough. You go in, do your bid, whatever. Say if you didn't get caught, I got caught. Calm. But if I'm not involved,
Just like, completely
I'm
not involved.
completely innocent.
Someone just knocks on your door. Come
Yeah.
on. They'll be like, what the fuck are you on
bro,
about?
I'm not doing 20 years for nobody, bro. Kids or no kids, I'm not doing 20 years for no. All this.
Yeah, no. In that
for what?
context, no. I thought you meant like if you were out, he done a legger, I got nicked.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. But nah, Jesus, if just out of the blue, someone knocks on your door, 20 years for this. No, what are you on about?
All this holding it down, because you have to think about it as well. Like, let's not you have to use variables as well. For me, you have your mother, you have your sisters, your brother. You're not seeing them like the way they want. Prison. I don't know if you have friends not friends in prison, but I know people that have been in prison. It's 15-minute visits, 10-minute phone call. That's for 20 years of your life now. And my man saying you'll be 47 when you get out. You know what I mean? You're probably fat, ugly. Your girls that are running off with someone. That's all you're risking, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fact, bro.
Stop.
So let me know what you.
All right.
Let me.
Everything's grand,
Let me know what you might think in the comments, because I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna clip this and put it on TikTok as well and see what the people are saying. But yeah, bro. Final question, bro. Yeah. So this is called one question only. Yeah. So where the guests get to ask me a question, right? So you can ask me anything you want, bro, and I have to answer as truthfully as possible as I can. Ask me anything, bro.
Why do you support Arsenal? Why do you support
Arsenal? We're going here, is it? You're a United fan, yeah?
I'm a United man.
Yeah, he production's United as well. You don't want to watch the match. Do you know what? I have a love-hate relationship with this club, bro. Bro, this club stresses me out, man. Club probably stresses me out. But it was my mate Kieran Worth back in the day in school. Shout out Kieran. He was an Arsenal fan. And I think we were 9 or 8 or something like that. And I then just started supporting Arsenal. But then I remember watching my first game. I remember seeing Henry, bro. Fell in love, bro. Do you know what I mean? Fell in love. Why do you support United?
Did I tell you why I support United? Yeah.
Talk to me.
Same story, bro.
Yeah, your mate as well.
Same story. No, it was so it was me. Actually, it's me fucking me ma's husband now. My stepdad. He obviously stepped in then when I was like say fucking maybe 6 or 7, and he was United, and he just bought me a United jersey, and I was like, yeah.
And that was it. That's the clubs here. That's the clubs here in Ireland. Ireland's like Liverpool, United, and Celtic. Probably Leeds for the old school people.
If you were boys in the estate at Celtic.
No, I appreciate that, bro. And listen, thanks for coming on and sharing your story, bro. And I hope you like this when it drops and stuff that inspires and touches someone, bro. And I wish you the best of luck in all your endeavours, bro. I'll be supporting you all the way, yeah? Appreciate it, bro. So everyone, like, share, subscribe, all that bollocks.
Nice man, yeah.
Nice one.